Have you ever felt like life is moving past you, like everyone else is running while you're stuck in place, trying to catch a moment that never comes? That heavy weight in your chest isn't just stress, it's the quiet warning that time doesn't wait. Every second slipping by is a second you'll never get back, and yet, so many of us act like tomorrow is guaranteed. You've felt it, haven't you? The frustration of seeing potential inside you, knowing you could do more, be more, but somehow the world keeps pulling you in directions that don't belong to your story. You look around and wonder why some people seem to rise effortlessly while you're left grappling with routines that barely scratch the surface of who you know you are. That tension, that restlessness, that's not weakness. It's your soul demanding more. It's your life screaming for the chance to be claimed, not just lived. And here's the thing, this moment, right now, it's everything. The choices you make in the quiet hours, the decisions you hesitate to take, the moments you let fear control, they're shaping a 2026 that is either full of regret or overflowing with triumph. There's a door ahead, a threshold that most people never step through. Most people wait. They wait for clarity, for perfect conditions, for someone to hand them permission to start. But life doesn't hand out permission. Life demands courage. Life demands that you take what's yours before the clock runs out. Imagine looking back at this very second years from now and realizing that this was the point where everything could have changed and you hesitated. The sting of that what if is heavier than any failure you could endure. You've been trained to accept comfort as safety, to believe that slow and steady wins more than bold and relentless. But comfort doesn't create legends. Comfort whispers lies that dull your hunger, that convince you that staying in line is enough. You already know deep down it isn't. That gnawing feeling in your gut, the one that wakes you up at 3 a.m., whispering that you are capable of more, is not coincidence, it's clarity. It's a map drawn in pain and desire, showing you the path others are too scared to walk. And the truth is simple. The difference between those who rise and those who watch is not luck, not timing, not talent. It's presence. It's the willingness to meet the moment with full intensity, to own the fire inside and refuse to let it dim. So let's get real. This isn't about hype. This isn't about feel-good quotes or empty promises. It's about a truth so raw it can't be ignored. You have been living beneath your edge, and the edge is where life begins. The edge is where fear, excitement, and growth collide. The edge is where you discover that your potential isn't a dream reserved for others. It's a demand, and it's yours to answer. You might feel small facing the enormity of your own ambition, and that's natural. But courage doesn't come from being fearless. Courage comes from standing in the fire anyway. Every struggle you faced, every setback, every time you thought you couldn't take another step, it was preparing you for this exact season. This is the moment where preparation and desire intersect, where hesitation must be burned away so that action can take its place. And here's the promise you need to hear. What waits on the other side of this intensity is not just success. It's not just accomplishment. It's freedom. Freedom from watching life happen to you. Freedom from the silent regret that creeps in when you know you didn't show up fully. Freedom is claiming your day, your energy, your focus, and turning them into a force that doesn't just survive, but dominates. It's not easy. It will push you, it will test you, it will demand every ounce of what you think you have and more. But nothing worth owning is ever given without the heat of struggle. And as you feel that pull, that fire, that call inside you, know this: answering it will change everything. The rest of your life waits on the edge of a choice to stay where you are or to step into the storm and emerge stronger, sharper, unstoppable. This is not a promise made lightly. This is not an abstract idea. This is your life calling you to rise. Right now, right here, the world is presenting a crossroads. One path leads to another year of watching, wishing, and wondering what might have been. The other path leads to owning every moment, seizing every chance, and stepping into a version of yourself that most people will only dream of. You can feel it in your bones. can't you? That vibration, that tension, that undeniable pull toward more. That's not just desire, it's destiny calling. And the question isn't whether you can rise. The question is, will you answer? Will you dare to meet yourself fully, to claim what has been waiting for you, to let the fire inside finally break free? Because 2026 isn't waiting, it's already here, and it's ready for the ones willing to step up and win. Right now, the world doesn't wait for anyone. Every second is a choice between fading into the background and stepping into a life that makes the world notice you. Look around. Everywhere you turn, people are chasing comfort while their potential rots quietly, untapped. They settle for routines that shrink them, for safety that suffocates, for promises that never come. And you've felt the same pull to settle, the temptation to play small, to convince yourself that waiting is a strategy. But deep inside, you know better. You feel it in your chest, that restless energy that refuses to be quiet, that voice whispering that you were made for more, made for fire, made for movement that leaves a mark no one can erase. Ask yourself this: what would happen if you stopped hiding from the intensity of your own ambition? What would happen if you stopped waiting for the perfect timing and instead took the raw, unpolished power you've been holding back and let it run? The truth is, nothing in life bends for hesitation. Every second you pause, someone else is claiming the opportunity that could have been yours. The clock is merciless. The world rewards urgency, boldness, relentless action. You cannot negotiate with time. It doesn't care about excuses. It only responds to those who show up fully, who bring everything they have, who refuse to accept less than their edge. You've been tested before and you've stumbled. That's fine. Every scar, every failure, every moment of doubt has been a drill, sharpening you, forging resilience where weakness once lived. You are stronger than you think. You are faster than you believe. And yet, strength alone isn't enough. Courage alone won't carry you past the invisible walls holding you back. What is required now is clarity. Clarity to see the patterns others miss. Clarity to understand that your life will mirror the intensity you bring to it. And clarity to act even when fear grips your chest, even when the odds seem stacked, even when the world says you're not ready. Because readiness is a myth. Action is what creates readiness. Every choice you make now sends a ripple through the coming months. Every decision to stay passive, every time you let doubt outweigh determination, pushes you further from the life you're capable of. You can feel it, the tension in your body, the urgency in your gut, the silent scream that you are meant for more than mediocrity. That scream is the signal, that pull is the line in the sand. Step over it, and nothing is the same. Stay behind it, and the regret will settle into your bones, quiet, gnawing, persistent. And here's the reality. Most people choose the quiet. Most people choose the safety of doing just enough to survive instead of everything it takes to dominate. But you're not most people. You're here, you're listening, you're alive in a way that demands more, that refuses compromise, that aches for impact. Imagine the energy that will course through you when you decide to seize this moment. Imagine the unstoppable momentum when fear is no longer the brake but the fuel. Every action, every effort, every second poured into your growth compounds, builds, explodes. You start to notice doors opening, opportunities appearing, the world bending to your presence because intensity is magnetic. And the longer you hesitate, the more that magnetic pull weakens. The life that waits for you is not patient. It won't knock politely. It won't pause until you're ready. It will either be claimed or it will be lost. And the difference will always be those who step forward and those who don't. You have everything inside you already: the power, the vision, the hunger. What you lack is permission to own it. So take it, grab it. Let every ounce of doubt, fear, and hesitation be consumed by the fire of your decision. Let urgency become your constant companion. Let the awareness that 2026 is not coming slowly, but is here, pounding at your door, shape every step you take. Because action now doesn't just change your year, it reshapes your destiny. And destiny is waiting for those who refuse to wait, for those who rise, for those who decide today with unwavering intensity that nothing will stop them from winning. Every second you delay is a second stolen from the life you could be living. You feel it, don't you? that quiet urgency thrumming in your chest, the tension that won't let you rest because it knows you were made for more. The world doesn't reward hesitation. It rewards those who move before the noise dies down, before the fear settles, before the excuses stack up like walls between them and their destiny. Every second spent doubting, every moment spent waiting for validation, chips away at the time you could have used to rise, to dominate, to create an impact that lasts. This is why urgency is not optional, it is survival. Not survival of life, but survival of purpose. Not mere existence, but existence that commands attention, that leaves a mark, that changes the way the world moves around you. Think about all the opportunities that have passed quietly by while you hesitated. The small chances that could have built momentum, the doors that didn't open because you waited for someone else to hand you permission. That pattern ends here, right now. You are not defined by what has already slipped through your fingers. You are defined by the choices you make in this very instant, by the fire you decide to carry forward when everything in the world whispers to slow down, to retreat, to settle. The edge of discomfort is not a place to fear. It is the only place where growth accelerates. The only place where you discover the raw capability lying dormant inside, waiting for the spark to ignite it into motion. Every instinct that screams hesitation is a signal. Fear is not the enemy. Fear is the compass pointing toward your next level. The people who settle, the people who wait, mistake fear for a wall. You must see it for what it is, a doorway. Step through it, lean into it, let it fuel your movement rather than freeze your steps. Because the truth is, growth never comes dressed in comfort. It comes dressed in pressure, in fire, in relentless, unforgiving demand. You've felt that pressure before, the weight of expectation, the quiet voice inside you saying you're capable of more. That voice has never lied. That voice is the echo of potential, clawing its way out, demanding expression, demanding action, demanding victory. Now is the time to make intensity your constant state. Every action, every effort, every ounce of energy poured into this moment compounds into unstoppable momentum. The longer you wait, the more ordinary life pulls at you, tugs at your attention, and dulls the edge that is uniquely yours. Ordinary is the trap, mediocrity is the cage. You were built for more. You were built to run through walls, to shatter ceilings, to take what others only dream of. The window is narrow, the clock is unforgiving. The energy you summon in these coming days, this coming month, this coming year, will define the trajectory of everything you touch. It will set the standard for how the world responds to you. Are you going to be someone who stands back and observes, or someone who moves with irresistible force, unstoppable, unrelenting, undeniable? Imagine stepping into each day with precision, focus, and purpose. Imagine the surge of confidence when challenges that once terrified you become fuel. Imagine opportunities bending toward you simply because your intensity is magnetic. Every choice, every motion, every decision compounds. Momentum grows like a storm, unstoppable once it reaches full force, but it requires commitment, absolute commitment to the edge, to the discomfort, to the fire that others flee from. Nothing shifts without it. Nothing transforms without it. This is where the ordinary falls away and the extraordinary is claimed. This is where you separate from the masses, from the ones who watched, waited, and wished, and step into the life that only those willing to burn brightly, boldly, and without hesitation ever see. So feel it in your chest. Let it consume you. Let the urgency, the hunger, the fire that refuses to be quiet take control. Let every second that ticks by remind you that 2026 is not a future promise. It is a present challenge, a call to action that won't be postponed. Nothing worth having waits for the hesitant. Nothing remarkable is given to the cautious. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to rise. You were meant to step into the storm, claim what is yours, and move with such relentless intensity that the world has no choice but to respond. The path is here, the moment is here, the decision is here, the fire is inside you. Let it explode, let it drive, let it define every move you make. Starting now, starting today, because there is no second chance for a life this urgent, this electric, this ready to be won. Right now, every second is a battlefield, and every choice is a weapon. You can feel it, the pull, the pressure, the weight of possibility pressing down on you. Nothing is waiting for you to catch up. The world keeps moving, spinning faster than most can comprehend, and those who act with relentless force are the ones who claim everything. This is not a gentle nudge. This is the moment demanding your full attention, your full energy, your full courage. There is no room for hesitation. There is no time for excuses. Every heartbeat counts, every decision compounds, every action or inaction echoes through the months ahead, shaping the life you either dominate or watch slip through your fingers. Fear will rise, it always does. Doubt will gnaw at the edges of your resolve, whispering that the task is too big, the path too steep, the odds too stacked. But that is the exact signal that you are on the right path. Fear is the weight that confirms importance. Doubt is the resistance that proves you are about to level up. The ones who succeed are not those who are unafraid. They are the ones who move in spite of it. They step forward when hesitation screams the loudest, when the comfort of mediocrity beckons, when every instinct urges retreat. Courage is forged in these moments. Greatness is carved here, in the tension, in the fire, in the relentless refusal to let circumstances define your ceiling. Look around. Everywhere you see people waiting, waiting for a sign, waiting for permission, waiting for a miracle that never comes. And what do they get? A life shaped by what they allow, by what they tolerate, by what they fail to seize. Don't be them. Don't live in the shadow of possibility. The edge is calling. The intensity is calling. The part of you that refuses to be ordinary, that aches for more, that cannot rest until it reaches the limit, is calling. Answer it. Lean into it. Let it consume you. Let it fuel every thought, every motion, every ounce of energy you possess. The world has no obligation to slow down. No one will wait while you gather courage. You must become unstoppable, relentless, unyielding. This is where the stakes get real. Every moment you hesitate, the life you could have is slipping further from reach. Every second you spend doubting is a second someone else uses to rise past you, to claim what could have been yours. Momentum is not passive. Momentum is built, seized, conquered. It grows with intensity, with commitment, with the refusal to accept anything less than total domination. And the energy you bring now determines the magnitude of what you will claim. You cannot afford to waste it. You cannot afford to hold back. You cannot afford to play small while the world waits for someone bold enough to take the lead. That someone is you. That edge is yours. That fire inside you cannot be ignored. Feel it building, the pull of possibility, the roar of potential, the tension that says you cannot settle, you cannot pause, you cannot stop. That tension is not a warning, it is an invitation to rise beyond what you thought possible, to push past limits that once seemed immovable, to achieve results that most people only dream about. Every choice you make, every action you take compounds. The momentum multiplies, the energy intensifies. You start to notice it in the way opportunities appear, in the way obstacles bend, in the way life itself begins to respond to your presence, because intensity is magnetic, relentless, undeniable. And here is the truth. Nothing extraordinary is given, nothing remarkable arrives without fire, nothing lasting is built without struggle. The life you crave, the 2026 you've imagined, will not wait for hesitation. It will not forgive doubt. It will reward urgency, courage, and unstoppable action. You are ready. You are capable. You are built for this. Let the fear fuel you. Let the fire drive you. Let the intensity consume you until hesitation is impossible, until doubt is irrelevant, until every step you take is forward, toward dominance, toward victory, toward the life you were made to own. The clock is moving. The world is moving. And now, so must you. Step fully into the storm and take everything waiting for the ones brave enough to rise. The fire inside you has been waiting for this moment. Every ounce of energy, every spark of desire, every restless night has led to now. You can feel it, the tension, the hunger, the undeniable pull that says you cannot remain the same. The world is moving fast. It never slows. It never pauses. Every second you spend doubting, hesitating, or looking for permission is a second stolen from the life you could claim. The people who rise are not special. They are not luckier, smarter, or favored by fate. They are relentless. They are hungry. They see what most ignore, feel what most numb, and act when most tremble. You are standing at the threshold of that same possibility, and the path forward is defined not by comfort, not by safety, not by waiting, but by action, by intensity, by the courage to be unafraid of what you might become. Everything you've endured has been preparation. Every struggle, every setback, every moment you felt small was sharpening you, forging the tools you need to rise. Those who never stumble never learn. Those who never struggle never grow. And now you are ready. You carry within you the experience, the fire, the vision, and the hunger to take control of your world. The stakes are higher than ever. You cannot afford half measures. You cannot settle for good enough while greatness stands waiting, impatient, screaming for recognition. The only way to claim it is to move with unrelenting force, to strike with precision, to pursue your edge until the world bends to your momentum. Imagine the life that awaits when you refuse to let fear dictate your limits. Every doubt that once held you back becomes fuel. Every past failure becomes a stepping stone. Every ounce of pain, frustration, and resistance is converted into power. The world cannot stop you if you refuse to stop yourself. You will begin to notice opportunities where others see obstacles. You will find energy where others see exhaustion. You will command attention, respect, and momentum because intensity is contagious, magnetic, undeniable. The world rewards those who refuse to shrink, who refuse to wait, who refuse to settle. This is your opportunity to step fully into that force, to become unstoppable, to become a presence that shifts everything it touches. The clock does not care about your hesitation. The universe does not pause for comfort. Time is a relentless river, and the current is unforgiving. The longer you delay, the further you drift from your destiny. Every moment wasted strengthens the lives of those who act while you watch. Every second ignored allows mediocrity to solidify. And yet, the energy inside you will not be denied. The fire that cannot be contained, the drive that cannot be silenced, the vision that will not rest. This is your compass, your weapon, your guide. You must follow it fully, without compromise, without retreat, without apology. The path is demanding. It will challenge you. It will push you to edges you thought impossible. And that is exactly where transformation is born, exactly where the life you crave is waiting to be claimed. This is where ordinary falls away. This is where the world begins to bend to intensity. Every action you take now, no matter how small, compounds into unstoppable momentum. Every ounce of energy poured into your pursuit multiplies, creating a force that cannot be ignored. Doors open, opportunities appear, challenges become fuel. Every moment spent half-heartedly diminishes that power. Every choice to hesitate steals what could have been yours. You are built for more. You are capable of more. You are standing at the intersection of desire and destiny, and the decision is yours to step forward with all the fire inside or to remain in the shadows of what could have been. Feel it in your chest, that pulse, that hunger, that fire refusing to be quiet. It is the signal that you are alive for a reason, that you are here to move with intensity, to act with purpose, to seize without permission what the world hesitates to offer. The moments ahead will demand everything. They will test your limits, push your endurance, and challenge your courage. But the payoff is infinite. Mastery, momentum, freedom. The 2026 you are capable of is not a promise. It is a challenge, a call, a demand. The fire is yours to wield. The edge is yours to claim. The time is now. Step into it fully, relentlessly, without hesitation, and watch everything you touch ignite under the force of your intensity. Everything you felt up to this point, the fire, the urgency, the tension, is leading to one undeniable truth. You cannot wait any longer. Waiting is the trap that swallows ambition, the silent thief of dreams. You can feel it in your bones that pull toward action, the energy in your chest that refuses to be ignored. The life you imagine, the version of yourself that refuses compromise, exists only on the other side of movement, intensity, and unyielding commitment. Every hesitation chips away at it. Every second you allow doubt to linger is a second someone else is seizing what could have been yours. The stakes have never been higher, and the consequences have never been more permanent. You have spent too long observing, calculating, wondering if the time is right. The truth is, the time is never perfect. It is never convenient. The time is now, raw, messy, urgent. Those who succeed do not wait for the stars to align. They move before clarity becomes comfort. They act when fear is loudest, when certainty is weakest, when the world seems to conspire against them. That is where power is forged. That is where life bends to those willing to burn with intensity. That is where your edge is, waiting for you to claim it. Step into it fully. Step into it without compromise. Step into it with the full weight of your ambition, your hunger, your desire to become more than ordinary. Every obstacle you have faced has been a test, a rehearsal, a sharpening of your ability to handle pressure. Every time the world tried to stop you, every time circumstances threatened to break you, they were teaching you one truth. You are stronger than you realize, tougher than you believe, and capable of far more than you have allowed yourself to imagine. Now the lesson becomes reality. Now the fire inside you is no longer optional. It must be unleashed. It must drive every thought, every motion, every decision. The margin for delay has vanished. The path is clear. The intensity you bring now will determine the life you live tomorrow. Imagine the momentum when fear becomes fuel, when doubt becomes a tool, when every ounce of energy you pour into your pursuit multiplies exponentially. Imagine doors opening that once seemed closed. Imagine obstacles bending beneath the force of your relentless drive. Imagine a version of yourself that refuses compromise, refuses mediocrity, refuses delay. That version is already inside you. It has been waiting, watching, demanding release. And the world responds only to action, only to intensity, only to those willing to show up fully, to burn brightly, to leave hesitation behind. Every moment you hold back is a moment the life you could claim slips further away. The clock is moving, the world is moving. Every heartbeat echoes a warning, move or be left behind. Ordinary waits for no one, mediocrity never pauses. The extraordinary does not come to the passive, to the hesitant, to the cautious. It is claimed by those who step into the fire, who lean into the edge, who refuse to shrink from pressure. That fire is yours. That edge is yours. The hunger that will not be ignored is yours. The energy that demands expression is yours. The life you crave, the 2026 you've imagined, waits only for those who are willing to burn with such relentless intensity that hesitation is impossible.